to 365 Sports. Paul Catalina's Top 5, brought to you by Texas Beef House. We're going to start doing this every Friday with our new friend, Katherine Cafarelli from FundedSportsTrader.com. She has got just a lot of great crazy bets for us. I say crazy bets, they're good bets. Now, Katherine, before we get started, you told me that you're mostly a football person, right, when it comes to bets. So that means we're going to have a lot of fun come football season, right?
We will have lots of fun, yes.
Yeah. So you've picked some, including lacrosse this week, which I don't think we've ever talked about lacrosse on the show before, but in the gambling segment, variety, this is the best bets. And you have done your research on this kind of on the fly, which makes this totally fun. So, and this is a new segment we're doing. By the way, if you'd like to go to FundedSportsTrader.com and sign up, you can use our promo code 365sports there. But your first bet we're going to talk about is that lacrosse match you're talking about. The Buffalo Bandits, plus 1.5. Why the Bandits at plus 1.5?
So, like I told you earlier, and I'm sorry for anyone who's listening, but I do primarily bet on football. Will be a fun football season. However, I just won these 5 bets. We'll see how it works out for me. But this one in particular, a friend of mine, fan of the Bandits, has a friend on the team, and I got to watch it recently, indoor lacrosse, which is cool, whatever. They fight. It's crazy. Kind of very similar to hockey, it felt like. Yeah. But they were on fire. The game that I watched, they were just unstoppable. And this is now, I believe, a playoff. They're in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So I have to ride with them. I was going to take the money line, but I'm taking the plus 1.5, which is basically even, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's why the Bandits.
When you say plus, and again, one of the things you're going to have to do is, as sports gambling has proliferated, we've had to learn more about it. For a long time as a sports reporter, you either knew everything about it or nothing because you couldn't do it. And look, we're in Texas. We still can't. But our audience is national, so that's why we're doing this. So why, when you say plus 1.5, is that basically even to you?
Because it means that the other team's favored to win by 1.5. Yeah. They just have to cover by 1.5. So 1.5 points. I mean, that means if the other team wins by 1, they still get it, even if they lose. However, the lacrosse is like a high scoring sport. I'm learning. So this is basically even. This is if they win by. If the Bandits win by 1.5 or cover, they're most likely winning the game.
All right. Let's go to number 4. Bruins. Over 5.5 total points in this game here. Garrett is our hockey expert here on the set. Look, this is what I do. I like this one, Garrett, right? The Bruins doing really well right now. But, when you saw this one, what did you think?
Initially looking at this and going off of how everything has gone with the series with Toronto, I'm taking the under personally. I think the Bruins have looked suspect at best. And honestly, losing that game last night, they found themselves in a situation where they could get bounced in the first round of the playoffs, back-to-back seasons, which when you got Marchand and Pakanowski on the team, like it's Swayman guarding the net. What the hell? Like you got it. Like that's inexcusable in my opinion. So I'm taking the under. Catherine, what do you say?
So I'm taking over 5.5. Again, I'm not the hockey expert here.
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about football. However, I cannot believe they let this go to game 7 at all. I thought they were potentially going to sweep them or get it done in the 5th game. Like, this is kind of crazy for me. But they are back at home. What do they call it? It's the TD Garden, but they call it the barn or whatever. I think they potentially have a lot of scoring power. They can score, I'm hoping 5 points by themselves, and the other team maybe scores 1 or 2. I think that this is a must-win game for them, and they're back home, and they just need to go back to what they had in game 1. That game 1 spirit is what they need in this game.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. See, there we go. I like it when we have debate. It opens things up. All right, number 3. This one, look, I watched every second of the Knicks and Sixers last night. Jalen Brunson, first to score a field goal. Of the list, Katherine, I think this might be one of the safest ones that you could make because this dude is straight up on fire. And if the Knicks win the tip, it's very likely he's going to take the first shot anyway.
Yeah, so I was surprised by this. Obviously, he's the best player on the Knicks, and he's probably going to score first, I would think. But it's a +475. Obviously, there's odds that could be way higher, but it's a good payout. Like, I'm not mad at it, and that's why I took it, more for the +475.
There you go. Yeah,
and that's on DraftKings, so I know it's probably different others.
But even still, though, I mean, look, like I said, he was, and he has been just on fire. Well, I know you live in that part of the country. I don't know where your loyalties lie when it comes to the NBA, but he's made the Knicks way more fun to watch again.
He's made the Knicks really fun. The whole series was very fun. It was too close for comfort as a New Yorker, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I also love, like, even just being, when New York and Philly playing anything, it's great. It's just great.
Yeah.
There's so much animosity. It's so awesome. All right, number 2. All right, clicker. There we go. The T-Wolves, under a 2.5 game series spread. Another guy who's red hot and has probably staked his claim to the next kind of king of the league, Anthony Edwards here in the Wolves. They absolutely housed the Suns in the last series. Physically up and down, just looked like a way better team. What's your thoughts on why you took this one here with Anthony Edwards and the Wolves?
So the Nuggets are favored to win the series. However, again, I like the odds here they're +650. And just for betting and making money purposes, I decided to go against the Nuggets and take the Timberwolves.
Well, again, like, a part of it, though, like, yes, the Nuggets won. They've got Joker. They've got all these things. But momentum does play a part in this, right? In the way that they looked in the last series. That plays a part in these things for you, right?
Yeah, of course. And also, it's a 7-game series. So the point to, like, if it was – spread was a little bit different, it would probably be harder to choose not choose this one. Mm-hmm. But I just think that the -2.5 games, like the total series, it's probably it should work out.
Well, I think. Look, if you're going to 7 games, you're going to get this one no matter what. So, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. So, all right. And number 1, this is a fun one. The Rangers-Hurricanes. Total goals in the first period, odd number. So that's a fun one. Garrett, what do you think about this? Like, the Rangers, again, this is a great time to be a sports fan in New York City, where the Garden is hopping for both the Rangers and the Knicks. But over under odd number. Garrett, what do you think about that one?
Looking at this over under odd number, so when it's saying it's like total goals is going to be
it's 1 or 3 or 5, 7 maybe.
It's just for the first period.
Yeah, just for the first period.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I'll take the. Give me the over on that.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but odd number. No, just getting an odd number.
An odd number.
So
Give me
just
3.
Odd number.
Give me 3.
Yeah. Okay. See, he thinks 3 goals is going to happen. Katherine.
3 goals in the first period?
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 2 for the Rangers and give me 1 for the Canes. But then the Canes are going to get the dub.
I like that we're going to have conflict between you two every week. I like this.
No, I don't know a lot about hockey. I really, really enjoy. I know the basics. I really enjoy watching it. This is why I didn't pick the winner or the spread. I picked this fun bet.
I like it.
Period.
Yeah, but it is a fun one. It's a nice fun one. Katherine, where can people follow you on social media? And we'll also throw that in the link as well.
Cool. So Instagram, just at KC316, real simple.
There we go. All right. And we're going to do this every week with Katherine. And look, baseball, like anything you want to throw out there, we'll do it. We'll have fun with it through the spring and the summer. And then when football, look, if you want to do the UFL, we'll do that too. Like whatever you want to do, we're going to have fun with this. And again, part of the, I got to move back into frame. Thanks. Sorry there, Garrett. I get excited. Katherine, you're Italian like me. We move when we talk. We can't just be stationary. We gotta be animated. So, again, thanks to Funded Sports Trader for setting this up. Go to fundedsportstrader.com. 365 Sports is the promo code. You can save 10%. Katherine, can't wait to get going with this even more. We'll talk to you next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, there you go. There's Katherine and Funded Sports Trader. Again, our promo code 365 Sports. You'll save 10%. If you think you've got the chops to be, picking games, you go through 3 levels of, trying out and picking games. And then if you pass the 3rd level, you can have your picks and make money off making picks like Katherine just did for us here. At fundedsportstrader.com. Again, promo code 365 Sports. That's the top 5 for today. We're back to wrap it up and send you into the weekend right after this.
Fun. It was fun.
No, it was great. It's
Yeah, it was
great. The
fun.
chat room loved it.
Yeah, and we